Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I just wanted to hop on here and do a quick Rogue collection video. I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I'm not going to ramble a lot in the front of this video, but I have 17 bags in my collection. Most of them are the 25 and the 30 like slash 31 size. So if you're interested in a Rogue collection video, do stay tuned. Also, if you like these kind of videos, do consider liking and subscribing, because all I do on my channel is just talk about handbags and stuff. So if you like handbags and stuff, consider liking and subscribing. And just for full disclosure, I do currently work for Coach as an essay. However, all the bags I talk about on my channel are from my own personal collection, and I'm just here to share with you guys my love for handbags. So the first bag in my collection is going to be the Rogue 17 in the color Primrose, and this one is like with the matte gunmetal hardware. It looks really good. I got this bag, I want to say around the holiday season 2 to 3 years ago, and I used it as like my little like Christmas party bag, just because it's so cute and little, and I love these top handles too. It does come with a longer crossbody strap as well, so that's really nice. So I was able to wear a crossbody, but I mainly just held it like this because it was so cute. The other thing too is like this is kind of like the perfect mini bag, just because it is like a very small shrunken down version of like a bigger Rogue, but it's not like impossible to fit things in. Like this bag actually holds a ton of stuff because it is pretty wide, and I actually thought about doing a review of this bag on my channel too. So if you're interested in like a Rogue 17 review or any like these Rogue bags, just leave a comment down below and I can do like a review on them. But that's the first one. So next are the Rogue 25s, and the first bag I got is this one right here, which is the Rogue 25 in the color Beechwood with gunmetal hardware. And I really like this bag. Number one is that it is like super sentimental to me because it was like my first ever Rogue, which started the whole craze, and it is just like, I don't know, it's just like the perfect summertime bag because that is when I got it. So when like summer rolls around, I try to use this bag in the start of summer, just because, I don't know, it's just so pretty, and I think the beechwood color goes with like so many things. And the other thing I'll mention too really fast about the Rogue 25 for me is that this is kind of like the perfect size bag, just because it's not too big and it's not too small for me. I don't even like honestly fill this bag up a lot because it is actually like, I don't know, like I don't carry that much stuff, but I think like size proportion, I just really like this bag. So I guess I'll just go ahead and mention that when it comes to Rogue 25s. So the next Rogue 25 is this one right here, which is in the color dark denim with brass hardware. And I don't know, I really like this bag when I first got it, just because it reminded me of like a pair of jeans. Number one, like the name itself is dark denim, but I think it's also like these little gold buttons too remind me of like gold buttons on like a pair of jeans. And the other thing too that I really liked about this bag at the time was just that I didn't have a lot of like blue handbags in my collection. So I thought I'd be adventurous and get this one. But I actually probably use this Rogue the least. I've learned the hard way that I'm not really a blue handbag person. I'm more of a pink person. So, you know, you learn your lessons. Next is the Rogue 25 in the Kelly Green Fringe, and it is so pretty. This is probably my wildest Rogue in my collection, just because it has all this beautiful green fringe on it and this beautiful soft like chevre suede. And I don't know, it's just something about this bag that brings me so much joy. And every time I look at it in my closet, I think it's just so pretty because I have my Rogues stored like side profile, so you can see all this like beautiful fringe like cascading down the shelf. It just looks really pretty. And I don't know, it's just there's just something like magical about this bag. It's just like, look at that, like, whoa, it's so cool. And this one's also really cool too because not only does it have all this beautiful suede, but it actually has like a hidden whip stitch detail that I don't know if you are able to see, but it actually is what like holds the suede fringes in place. I think that's a really cool hidden detail. as well, just because, you know, like when the suede boots, you can kind of see that beautiful braided detail. Okay, so the next bag is this one right here, which is the Rogue 25 in the color bright pink with pink, oh my gosh, it's not pink, it's white, with white floral embossing. And this one's just really pretty just because it has like little flecks of glitter within the flowers. I don't know if you're able to see that on the camera, but it's like really pretty. And I don't know, there's just something so, I don't know, whimsical about this bag that, you know, brings me so much joy as well. And it always gets my attention because, again, like I told you, I store in bags like side profile. So I always see like the cute little flowers on the sides. And to my entire Rogue collection, I think this is my #1 most used bag. I think there's just something about this bag that goes with a lot of stuff. It's like kind of like a good shade of pink. It's not too like bright neon, but it's also not too dull. I think it's just like the name. It's just a very bright shade of pink, but because of that, like the color works really well with a lot of stuff. So this is probably my #1 like to go Rogues and also like pink handbags as well. So love that. So after getting the pink Rogue 25, the floral embossing, I was like really obsessed with that like flower motif like all over the bag, or print I should say. That I ended up getting this one next, and this is the Sunshine Rogue 25 in the floral embossing as well, but this time they actually added little sequins to the flower, so there's actually like a little bit of like I don't know, sparklies throughout the bag, and it's like so pretty. Look at that, like whoa. And this is probably my most happy bag, just because it's obviously yellow. It's like a bright, you know, ray of sunshine. It's so cute. And I don't know, just something about like the little flecks of like glitter and sequins like throughout the bag just gives us like so much joy. So when I feel really happy, I do carry this bag because, you know, I think our bags radiate our emotions sometimes. And when I'm very happy, I carry this bag. So yeah, this is my happy bag. I also named this bag Butterball because when I first got it, it reminded me of a stick of butter. So I love butter. I love eating butter. So fun fact about me. Next is the Row 25 in the color Peony, and I'm actually showing this bag backwards because I actually customized the front, and I will tell you guys that in a little bit. But when I first got this bag, I really wanted a very pretty light pink bag, and this was a really pretty light pink. I also liked it too because if you guys like saw, most of the rogues in my collection up to this point were in the gunmetal hardware, but this one was really cool because it's like a very light shade of pink with brass hardware, and I was starting to really get obsessed with brass hardware. So I was waiting to get a Rogue 25 in a light pink with brass hardware. So this bag came out and I had to get it because it was like the perfect bag at that moment. And it's still super pretty as well. So I love the shade of pink. However, I was like bored one day and I decided to DIY this bag. And so this is what it looks like now. I call this my like Western Rivets Rogue because it has all these beautiful like Western embellishments on it and these black leather flowers too. I found all this stuff from a like leather store, and I did this myself too. And I feel pretty proud that I was able to like DIY my own rogue. You know, so I thought this was really cool. And I actually get a lot of compliments from this bag too, just because it looks very different, you know, from like any of the other rogues. So I love that a lot. I also like it too because it just looks really cool with all like the edginess against really soft pink bag. So love that. So my next Rogue 25 is this one right here, which is in the color fuchsia. And I think this was my most latest Rogue 25 purchase. I got this bag after seeing like Amy Elizabeth's video on her unboxing this bag, or like her review on this bag, and I was like obsessed with this color. It's just a really pretty shade of like purpley pink, and like she said too in her video, like I think like a year or two ago, it's like a blue based fuchsia, so it goes with a lot of stuff. It's not too like aggressive. I think on camera with the lights and stuff, this color looks really blown out, but in real life, it's a lot more subdued. And I think paired with the gunmetal hardware too, it looks really good. I think this is like probably one of my top 3 most used Rogue 25s, just because it is a really good pop of color, and I have been dressing a little bit more neutral lately. So if I do want like a really strong pop of color, I usually go for this Rogue if I'm like feeling a Rogue for the day. And it's also like a solid too. I don't know. As much as I love my like printed Rogue, sometimes you do need just like a solid bag. So this is it. And my very last Rogue 25 is this one right here, which is the black Tea Rose Rogue 25 with brass hardware. And this one is really pretty, just because it is a Tea Rose Rogue 25. And I've been wanting one for a while, but I just wasn't sure. And then I guess like the moment was right. There's really never a right moment for a bag. Like every moment is right. But I guess like the right moment showed up and I was like, I think I'll just get it. So I went ahead and got it, and I don't know, it looks really good. It's also interestingly like my most fancy Rogue. I feel like this is the most fancy Rogue 25 in my collection, just because of the color combo and the brass hardware as well. And here's just like a quick little close-up of the flowers on this bag too. I think it is just really pretty, and even the back has like the floral embossing as well. I will say that, you know, like how I mentioned that this is like the most fancy Rogue 25, I do use this more as like an evening bag, or like a special events bag, just because, I don't know, it deserves it just because of all these pretty flowers on it. But I think this is like my last Rogue 25 in my collection. So now I'll go ahead and talk about the Rogue 30/31. So the first ever like larger Rogue bag I got was this one right here, which is the Rogue 31 in the color dark turquoise with whip stitch handles. And the bag itself has that name because on the handles you can see that it has this beautiful like whip stitch detailing throughout the bag, and it is on both handles as well, and it is knotted right here with some studs. So I thought that was like pretty cool that they did that to the bag. I think I really wanted one for like the longest time. So I think it was like in the fall season when this one showed up, I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool color. I was thinking about getting like an olive green Rogue, but I don't know, it's just something about this dark turquoise color really spoke to me. And I also liked it too with the black banding as well. And it has like a really pretty goldenrod liner, so I thought like the color combo was really good. So the next bag I got is this one right here, which is the Rogue in the color chalk. And for the longest time I was wanting the chalk Rogue because I was hunting down for like a white handbag, and I specifically was kind of wanting like white pebbled leather. I don't know, just because there's just something so like great about pebbled leather because it's so soft and mushy. And I will say this is probably one of my softer like Rogues in my collection, and I think chalk from the 1941 collection in general is pretty soft and squishy, so I love that a lot. About this particular Rogue was like, this is probably one of my favorite to-go school bags, just because like it went with like a lot of stuff and it wasn't like too aggressive. Like it is a white handbag, but I don't know, I feel like the color is like really good because it is slightly like that off-white color, so it's not like pure white. So like on lighter days and stuff, I would just like have like my laptop and like a notebook in my hand, and then I put like my personal stuff in here, like my laptop charger and stuff, and pencils and pins just in here. And so yeah, it kind of became like the perfect little school bag for me. So love this one a lot. The next Rogue I got in one of my holy grail bags is the Melon Tea Rose Rogue, and look how pretty she is. This is probably like the #1 bag in my entire handbag collection, if I'm being honest. And I think it's because I was wanting like the Tea Rose Rogue for like the longest time, and it was between this color and beechwood. But I don't know, just something about the melon color did it for me because I had the beechwood Rogue 25 already, so I felt like it might have been a tad repetitive to have 2 beechwood bags although I do love the color, but at the time I was like, is this too much? So I went ahead and got the melon rogue instead, and I am so happy that I did. And what I love about this bag too is that it does remind me of fall. All the flowers on there remind me of like fall leaves, and I just love the combination of hardwares they've used like on this bag. So it's like gunmetal brass and like a very light rose gold throughout, and I think that's just really cool that they've mixed all those metals together onto this bag. Like the details on this bag is like phenomenal. If my hands are shaking, it is a tad heavy because I have also stuffed this bag with all my dust bags too. But look at that. I can look at this bag for like days on end. It's so good. So love this one a lot. Oh my gosh, I am. So the next rogue is this one right here, which is the oxblood rogue in the color oxblood, like I already said it. But it has like whip stitched handles on it, so it's kind of like the dark turquoise one with like the whip stitching on the handle and then the little leather tie right there. And I think for me, the reason why I bought this bag is because I didn't have a lot of like oxblood colored like handbags in my collection, and I like this one because it's not all oxblood, because you know you have your oxblood body, which is like the front and the back of the bag, but the handles on it are black and the whip stitching is a tad brighter and like a slightly more burgundy color. And then on the sides too, you can see that is like in the color oak when it comes to like the suede and then the black belting too. So I think it's more like that color blocking effect for me that like caught my attention with this rogue. Okay, so we're almost done. This is the third to last rogue, and it's this one right here, which is the heather gray rogue in the like color blocking effect. So it's heather gray and oxblood on the side, and I love this one a lot just because I don't have a ton of gray handbags in my collection, and I wanted a larger gray bag. So when I saw this one, I just went ahead and got it because I don't know, there's just something about the heather gray with this like really pretty oxblood combo that looks really good. So I got it. And the last Rogue 30 in my collection is going to be this one here in the color 1941 Saddle. And I think the main reason why I got this bag is just due to the color. I don't have a lot of brown handbags in my collection, so I thought this would be like a good addition just to like round out my entire Rogue family. And the other thing too is that I didn't have a lot of like solid colored Rogues in my collection. Most of the Rogues in my collection you've like noticed now is like going to be color blocked. So since this one is like in that solid brown color, I just thought it'd be really pretty to add in the collection. And the other thing too about this Rogue is that it is more like a fall winter bag for me, just due to the color of the bag on the exterior, and then the interior too is lined in like a really bright like reddish color. So I don't know, I think for me it is more of like a fall winter bag just because of the color combo. And the very last Rogue in my collection is this one right here, which is the Rogue 36 in the color black. I don't know if it's actually gonna fit in the whole screen, but it's a pretty big bag. And I personally got this bag just because I did not have a black Rogue in my collection. So I justified getting this one because I didn't have a 25 or like a 30 yet. So, you know, I really do like this bag a lot. I don't use it very often, but I do like it for display purposes just because it does look pretty cool being like a giant black Rogue. And I do sometimes use this bag for travel too. So I also like, I will be like honest, I also like bought this bag in mind with like more for traveling. We're obviously not doing that very much, but this bag is kind of like an overnight bag just because it does fit like a change of clothes and stuff in here pretty nicely. And yeah, here's just like a quick look at the inside of this Rogue. So it is lined in that honey suede color, and I do also store a ton of my handbags, or not handbags, my dust bags in here, so the bag itself can keep its shape. But here's just like a quick look on the inside of this bag. Okay, so that does it for today's video on my entire Rogue collection. If you guys have any questions about the bags, just leave it down in the comments below and I can try to help you out, or you can message me on Instagram as well. Also, if you want a review on any of these Rogues, also just leave a comment down below too, so I know to do a video over them. But hopefully you liked this video enough to like and subscribe, And other than that, guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye.